Hello and welcome back to my channel. Back in the bedroom again. It's been a while since we've had a bit of a chatty episode, so I thought, why not come back and let's talk about what I've been up to and Slimming World. Now, I'm not going to lie. I will be truthful. I have been winging it for the last couple of weeks. I have been going to group. I bought a countdown, but to be perfectly honest, I haven't gained any weight and haven't lost. Well, that's a lie. I've gained about £2, but I haven't gained any weight. But I certainly haven't lost. You know, it's losing and bumping. So basically, if I was at Target, I'd be maintaining. But I'm not at Target because I'm quite a few stone overweight. So, anyway, I've just washed my hair and it's a bit fluffy too. It's getting on my nerves. Well, what's happened? To be honest, I was feeling, I was getting a little bit fed up with Slimming World. I don't know why. I've been doing it for so long, and I think I just got bored of the same things. And I know I always say about changing things up, but you do slip back into your normal, naughty habits. So this video, something's different happened this time, and I've got this friend. Now, I've not known her for very long, but we seem to get on like we've just hit it off, to be perfectly honest. And the weird thing is that I got to know her through an old school friend who I've not seen for years, and then come back into my life because of being in the corn club, and we've just sort of hit it off. So I had a chat with her the other day about gaining weight, and there's a few things that are not right. I still get so emotional about what happened with Joe and things, and I can't shake it off. I'll be lying if I did say it, but I'm not going to burst into tears today. And so I was just offloading to her. Now, she struggles with weight as well, and she follows Weight Watchers, WW. Now, I have never done Weight Watchers before, so I was and I can see that, by her previous pictures that she, it had worked. But then I know Slimming World works. I know it does. I have lost so much weight by sticking to plan. I do know it works, and this is what's going on in my head. I know it works. So I was having a chat with her, and she was showing me about the app, and back on my mind, I'm thinking, this is exactly the same as Slimming World. They've got points, we've got sins. The difference is you can carry the points over to the sins, whereas on sins you can't. If you don't eat your 15 sins, for example, you start again from tomorrow, whereas you can tally them up and carry them over with the Weight Watchers. That seems a little bit different. Their fruit and veg is free from what I can see, so that's very similar as well. But different foods are calculated differently. So, for example, I like the sweet chili salmon that's free on Slimming World. It's a Slimming World meal out of Iceland, whereas on Weight Watchers it's 7 points or something like that, which apparently is quite a normal amount for an evening meal. I don't know. She did say that she did say to invest in some scales and leave them on the side. Now, I don't want I don't want to keep weighing everything. So, I do find the freedom of just knowing something is free or not. Not you can only have so many grams of potatoes or so many grams. I just rather would eat. Yeah, I'm hungry. I'm going to eat that. That's what. So there was all these things, and I think it was slightly cheaper than Slim and Wild. But she's got an app. She doesn't go to a group. See, now I like going to the group. Even though as I say, I've been going, I haven't actually been staying at group. And I do miss that because I do think you learn quite a lot. So all she's got is this app. But she can go to group if she wants, but she chooses not to. So that's her choice. But I do like the social aspect of going and weighing. Anyway, so it was having quite a chat. So I said to her, I was like, look, will you help me? I said, I really need a buddy. Somebody who, I know we're not following the same plan, but just somebody to keep an eye. So if we're out, for example, or she can text me a picture in the morning, got my bottle of water, or just something. I said that might be what I'm looking for. I might need that. So that's what we've done. So on September the 1st, I've got a presentation to give for the charity fundraising money that we've raised so far in the club. And I want to be able to wear something nice, not too fancy. It's not nothing like over the top, but I just want to wear something that I can feel comfortable in. There's something that, it's not too poncy and you're feeling all tight and, can't be doing all that. So, so she said, yeah, okay, we'll do that. So I said, I'm going to give it till September the 1st. I'm going to see if I can, I'm going to be on it. I'm going to get on this, back on my journey. The switch has flicked again. And then see what happens. So, and then I said, if I'm putting a lot of effort in and I'm not getting the rewards that I want, I might consider, changing. But I mean, I'm not one for change. I just, so that's why I'm like, no, I'm going to give this a go. So, what have I done? I've got so much junk here that I can't find what I'm looking for. So, at the beginning of my countdown, quite 6 weeks ago now, I bought another one of these. And I know I've got another one floating around. But, and I said to Wendy when I did it, I was like, yes, I am going to fill it in. I am going to do this. So, to give you an idea, I filled it in on the 16th of June and today's the 20th of July. And that's about as much as I wrote. So, what I've done is I've actually got out my tape measure. Because that's one of the things that my friend said. Make sure you measure yourself. Now, I haven't measured myself for absolutely ages. For years, actually. And in the first page of the book, it says measurements. So upper arms, which I detest. Hips, thighs, waist, and chest. But not just across the, underneath. I was like, okay, I'll do that. So, and this time I've actually done it. The amount of times that I've skipped that bit, because I'm like, I can't be bothered to do that bit. But I've done it. I took the plunge. I've done it. So it says, the date in 12 weeks I will be. Now in 12 weeks, I've got a stone to lose. So to get to, well, theoretically, I'd like to lose 2 stone, but I'm going to use 13 stone as my target, which is a stone. So I have got in 12 weeks. I think a stone is doable in 12 weeks. I really do. So that's what I wrote. Things I might need help with. Motivation. I know people think I'm quite motivated, but sometimes you need a little bit of background to help. So, and I'll have a friend to text and to keep me on track. So, for example, the other day she texted. So we had a meeting, and I was like, "Yeah, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do it." I get home. I eat my evening meal. I can't remember now what it was. And next minute, the phone goes, bing, bing. 2 photos have arrived. There's 2 little lunch boxes with chopped up carrots and cucumber and veg sticks. And she's like, "These are my snacks for tomorrow." And I was like, oh my God. I didn't even actually get that far. And I thought, God, I never thought about that. Which that's a lie. You do think about it, but it sort of goes in a cupboard at the back of the head, and you're like, so I was like, oh, well, if she's done that, I better do it. And then she's gone, bing, don't forget your water, because I've been not drinking water. So I was like, okay. So silly things like that. So I wake up in the morning and I do my fruit and yogurt for the day. And I was like, right, can't smoke that. Fruit and yogurt, yeah, get back on it. You can do this. And then, so anyway, so we're texting each other, throughout the day. And my lunch. And then I see her in the evening. So just after I had dinner. And we're sitting there, and I had my Diet Coke, and she actually had water with some fruit juice. So I said, I fancy a packet of Quavers. Now, down the Bowls Club, because that's where we were, they sell the big bags of Quavers. And I said, I fancy a bag of Quavers. Do you want some? And she was like, well, have you got enough points? Because that's what she calls them. So I was like, oh, well, I forgot about that. See, this is the thing. These silly little things, they all add up. And I was like, oh, yeah. I said, I've only had half a sin today because I've had a yogurt. And I've been writing it down on my... So, for example, so I'd had half a sin, let's see. And I said, I've only had half a sin today. So I was like, okay. She goes, well, how many points are they? So I was like, well, I've never actually measured them. I said, but I think they're about 5, because I was thinking Quavers are quite low. I was like, I think they're about 5. So she was like, oh, okay. She said, well, I don't really want to waste my points on a packet of crisps, because on hers they were a different value. So she goes, what about sharing a packet? I was like, yeah, I can share. Anyway, so we go to the counter. By now, we've got ourselves, like, we're going to get these crisps. Then we remember we had barcode zappers. So then we was asking them beyond, can you just get that packet? Could you just get that? Can you just get that? So anyway, it worked out that these big bags of Quavers that I thought were 5 sins ended up at 9. I was like, oh my God. But I was eating... could quite easily eat 2 packets, if not 3, in an evening. You're munching away, you're chatting, you're having a drink, and then before your night's gone, I sort of like, I've had 3 packets. I've not gone aboard them, like hubby had gone to the bar, it's like, oh, I bought you a packet of crisps. I'm not even a crisp lover. But I ate them because they were there. And that's totally wrecked me. So anyway, we looked around, and there was a packet of Watsits, but they were a bigger packet of Watsits, and they were 8 sins. No, they weren't. They were 6 sins. And so anyway, I opted for the packet of Watsits. because we were like, well, we can suck these and make them last longer and sort of get our sins worth out of it, if you like. And God, what's going on with my hair? And so that's what we've done. But without her being there, I would have just ate that packet of crisps and not even registered that I'd eaten it. As well as, had it been a normal think I'm on it day, I was talking to her last night. I would have had 3 Weetabix. Okay, you're going to say 2. You're all right, Samantha, you can have 2 for your healthy babe. That's great. So I was having 3 Weetabix with about 3 tablespoons of sugar on it. I had a wholemeal pitta because I was thinking, yeah, I can do that. This is free because that's my B. Not registering about the Weetabix earlier on. So we'll say that that's the free one. So the Weetabix, what with the sugar, I'm looking at, that's my sin, my daily sin's gone anyway, just by that one meal. The odd biscuit that I picked up, or the odd bit of chocolate that I ate, I'm racking them up, as well as the 3 packets of crisps that I had that night. But because they're only Quavers, I was like, oh, that's all right, they're only 5, they're only this. And I'm thinking, anyway, it's made me realise, hold on a minute, what a waste, the amount of wasted sins I was having because they wasn't registering that I was eating them. Does that make sense? I hope it does. So, by being there with her, and she was like, are you allowed them, dear? Have you got enough points? Just for that moment, I was like, oh. And it's made me think about different things. So this could be just a little tiny nudge of because I was saying, in my previous videos, that my daughter was going to do it with me. No, she's just that's, and I think that's what I've been looking for, is trying to find somebody to do it with. Even though my friend's not following Slimming World, we're both on it. She suffers with a little bit of anxiety and things, so it's really helping the pair of us. My fringe needs cutting, getting on my nerves. So anyway, she said to me, I don't think you realise, Sam, how much this is actually helping me. And I'm so pleased that we had this chat the other day and we're back. She said it's given me something to focus on, and I was like, snap, me too. I said, by Christmas we are gonna be stunners. And she said, yeah, she said, we'll have to be careful of the drain. She said, because we'll be slipping through them. So I was like, yeah, I said, I'll be there sitting sideways. And people go, where's Sam gone? Where's Sam gone? Can't see her. I'll be going, ooh, because I'll be so slim. People won't even see me. So anyway, I'm being silly now. So, yes. So I have been writing it all down. So I have my diary, my Alice in Wonderland diary, that didn't actually get filled up at all, but it is now. It is now. So I've only been doing it, well, since Thursday. So I didn't actually eat a lot Thursday, but so this was yesterday, Friday. So I just write it. It's just a normal page a day diary. That's it, and I'll just fill it out. Just write my own thing. I don't do it on the app. I can't do it on the app. I like to sit and write it down. So we're going back to crisp. So as I say, I'm not a crisp fan, but I do. Sometimes you just want to eat something in the evening. So while I was in group on Thursday, because I could only stay for a little while, I was talking to a friend, and I was telling her about the quavers, and she said that she eats these pop chips. They're pop nut fried. Now, I've worked it out. They are 3.5 sins a bag, and they're 73 calories. So for a 17 gram pack, so they look a bit like that. I don't think they're that big, but I'm going to hazard a guess and say they look like 5p's, 10p's perhaps. 3.5 sins. So, and I thought, well, I'll give them a go. They're, you know, just sometimes you just want something when the hubby's eating. She also mentioned these. Now, at the time of filming this, I bought them Friday in Asda for £1. They were on offer, so that's the reason why I bought them. But she said about the sweet chilli one, the sweet sour one, but sweet chilli, I thought. So these are 4 sins a bag, and I have eaten one. So they're in little bags. Oh my god, they are so nice. They're like Wotsits. You can see they're like Wotsits. But they're 80 calories a bag. Again, they're baked, not fried. Now, where did I see? Oh, they're plant-based snacks. Oh, that was it. And they're gluten-free and vegan-friendly. I don't know if you can hear me with all that rattling. Gluten-free and vegan-friendly. And they're like little... Well, they're Wotsits. That's basically what they are, flavoured Wotsits. And they are absolutely delicious because I've just had one for my lunch. And, yeah. I then bought these. 72 calories a pack. And they're 3.5 sins for a bag. They're just like... They're like a puffy hula hoop. So as long as I've got a few different... I mean, I'm not going to eat all them. The kids are going to eat half of them. And then I've got my favourite. It's like I said, the biscuits were coming back in. These are 4.5 sins for a little bag. But they're enough to take the edge off the sweetness. And so I've bought myself some of them because drinking tea and a biscuit goes together. So what I've started doing is drinking coffees again. If you remember in my other videos, I've started drinking coffee. And today I was around the boot fair today. And the smell of food, I was just like, I've come home for lunch and I was like, I fancy an egg and ham roll. So that is what I had for lunch. You know, when it's just in your head, you're in the car and you're like, what can I have to eat? Oh, I really fancy so-and-so. And I was going, right, egg and sausage, egg and this. And I thought, do you know, I'm just going to boil an egg, boil a couple of eggs. Then I can't eat many eggs, but I can put it with a salad. And that's what I was like. So I convinced myself that's what I really wanted, was an egg and ham. Oh, so I had that, my B choice. That's all I've had today in the way of fibre. I had orange and banana for breakfast, which isn't a lot, but that's what I had because I was rushing out to the car boot. And why am I telling you this? I can't think why I'm telling you this. I'm telling you it for a reason. And then I had a packet of those crisps, so I tried them. And then for tea tonight, I'm going to make keema mata. So again, that'll be a sin-free meal. Can't think what it was I wanted to tell you, but I'm sure it will come back in time. The water, I've been also trying hard with filling up on some water. I've got a pretty glass. I haven't got it up here with me. It's got flowers and that all around it. And it's quite nice to drink from. So it's a 400 gram glass. So I fill one of them up every so often. So I'm averaging about 1.5 litres of water a day. So that, as well as my teas and coffees. So I feel like I'm having a flush through, as it were. And so yeah, I feel like everything's come back, if you like. Now, when I weighed on Thursday, I had actually stayed the same for the previous week. My book's downstairs, but I'll tell you what it is. It is 14 stone 2. So those who know, I did lose, get down under into my 13s. But because I've had to restart, the 1 stone, 2 stones have disappeared. But what I could do, I suppose, is tally it all up and then work it out from when I was 6. Because you got to remember, when I started this journey, I was 16 stone 5. So I'm getting there. But it's just I'm just taking the scenic route, which is fine. And then I'll jump straight back on it. So yeah, I don't think there's anything else I wanted to say, really. I hope you've enjoyed my other vlogs, by the way. And if there's anything on this video that has inspired you or whatever, please, give us a comment below. And do you eat these crisps? What do you think of them? What's your favourite packet? As I say, I'm not really a biscuit fan, a crisp fan. I could eat packets of biscuits without even realising. So I do try to stay away from. So you won't never see me showing you low-sin biscuit because I can't eat 2. I've got to eat the packet. But crisps, like I say, the kids will probably end up eating them, taking them to work or whatever. And so if there's anything you want to comment, please do. I'm on the other end of the comments. I do read each and every one. There are a few people say that I just waffle on a bit. Well, that's me. That's the way I am. I do like to waffle. And if you don't like it, I am extremely sorry, but that's what I'm about. And so yeah, please give us a like, a subscribe, and I hope you've enjoyed this video. And I shall see you hopefully next week with a good weight loss, because I feel like I'm bang on it, and I really need to get back in my head in it. So yeah, look out for the new one. Okay then, I'll see you later. Bye.